Now this was an amazing episode of Bleach. No skipping around, no like, oh, here's a fight going on over there, there's a fight going on over there. None of that. Straight one fight, one enemy, kind of start to finish, but basically the superstar S, Stern Ritter S, the superstar. My man was acting like he's a kind of luchador, wrestling, WWE type deal. He was absolutely giving it to these captains. He fought 2 captains, several lieutenants, and all it took was my boy Renji to show up. But before we get to that, I'll have to hand it to this Bankai, because this Bankai right here was like, what in the freakiness is going on? But the fact of the matter that this was a Bankai that relied on music to be able to attack your foes. And I was like, oh, that's a interesting Bankai, that's for sure. And how this guy's literally like has a maestro's wand, like he's essentially has an orchestra going. It's cool that his Bankai was music. What isn't cool is that the weakness is the music, because all the superstar had to do was destroy his ears. You know, as the captain said, oh, you're covering your ears, that's not gonna work. You know, because sound kind of travels through things, even your own body. He just absolutely destroyed his own eardrums, just ruptured his eardrums, and then lasered this dude straight through the chest. Like, a whole nother definition of getting lasered here. But thankfully, our boy Renji came on the scene. And I have to hand it to Renji. If you actually take notes, which I do want to, I will show this to you guys because I did take note of this. I don't know if you eagle-eyed viewers did as well. If you actually take note of this, Renji is actually blocking his attacks. Now, we were correct in our assessment that it was Renji and Rukia that came down from Squad Barracks 0 or whatever and came in to help these guys. All the other guys that's been fighting the superstar have been getting knocked around, hit. They're not able to really block it, especially after Superstar is buffed by his little creature pet thing that's actually the fan, that is actually a part of him, that's part of his power-up. This fan cheers him on, he gets another power-up and is more defensive, more destructive. But most of everyone else, when the superstar is powered up and actually hitting them, they're not able to block it, they're getting hit, they're getting bloody. Renji sees this guy and is blocking all of his shots because he sees it coming, and kind of can attest to Renji's new power-up and how powerful Renji is in comparison to this guy. Even Rukia was like, yeah, the way you are now, you shouldn't have any problems fighting this guy. It's gonna be no big deal. So I have to hand it to Renji. Their training, that little bit of training they got when they were in the Zero Squad barracks has really helped them out. And the best thing ever, he was able to learn the true manifestation of his Bankai. Now his Bankai, I always felt was a weak one, because all it is like, it was like a big long whip, and previously it would be like a big long skeletal whip that was a snake, and then he could just basically move it around with his, you know, just his handle is like, oh, the snake's going around, go that way, wrap him up, kill him. It always felt like it was just subpar, but now his Bankai is almost like Ichigo's, like a lot of the captains that have Bankais that power themselves up. If you don't know, his Zanpakuto spirit animal is a baboon with a snake tail. So now his left arm has like a baboon's arm, and then his right is basically the snake, as you can see, but then it's also the sword that actually extends from his arm. That is a glow up, okay? That is way better than he had it before. Even I was saying, to the degree that Renji did this man so wrong, the fact that he just straight up just impales the dude and twists around while it's in him, and then just the effects that you see here, just clamping down on this enemy. He absolutely incinerated this guy. And just to top it off, here we have the #1 in the background, like almost a jazz edit of the background music, was just so freaking sweet. It was so good. And yeah, Renji, what I was saying before was the fact that Renji is way above captain level now. Like he definitely deserves to be a captain of a squad at this point because of his power up. The problem is his captain is Byakuya, which we already knew he was strong, but the fact that when Byakuya shows up, he's gonna be a menace as well. Like all of them. Renji's powered up. Rukia's definitely powered up. She probably at this point knows Bankai. And then Byakuya, who already had like different manifestations of Bankai, he's it's just done. He's just done. I can't wait to see the rest of them and what they can do. But Renji popped off here and absolutely nuked this guy. Made him, just atomized him. So gotta give it up. It was a great fight from start to finish, and I can't wait to see the rest of the fights that these captains have to do. Aside from that, we learned a little bit more of Yhwach. Essentially, after the SuperStar died, he absorbed the rest of his atoms and essence back into himself, because you gotta also remember, these Quincy's are manifestations. The Quincy power comes from him. He is the leader of the Quincy's. Once they die, he's just absorbing them right back into them. And of course, which ends up making him stronger, because he's not like portraying his power to everyone. He's reeling it back in. And then apparently whenever he rests, he actually goes away, and maybe he's at his weakest then, because his used to be lieutenant is the one that watches over things while he's resting, which is what the episode ended on, when the guy's about to talk to Iryu and tell him some more secrets about Yhwach. Regardless, it kind of clues us in a little bit more about him and how the Quincy's are the power work, and how he's leaving Iryu in charge, like Iryu's his successor. I believe it has something to do with the fact that all these other Quincy's are basically manifestations of his power, while Iryu is like a true Quincy that grew up and has his own power. Of course, now that he drank the blood of Yhwach, Iryu's power is going to manifest to be something probably pretty crazy, because he's kind of a main character. Yeah, that was pretty much it for this episode for the most part. I'm really looking forward to a lot more episodes, because yes, we were correct in everything that we had guessed last week. It was all about the fight with the SuperStar, no jumping points. So from start to finish was just such a good fight. I'm looking forward to more. So definitely make sure you guys comment down below what you guys thought of this. I'm sorry my voice is going a little hoarse, but regardless of that fact, we're still gonna keep coming over here and give reviews on these anime, because they're amazing, just like Bleach. Trust and believe, I watch Bleach from start to finish, and I'm gonna be here to review the rest of it as it comes out. Don't you worry. But aside from that, make sure you guys are subscribed for more, because Lord willing, we'll be here for the rest of it. You guys take care, be safe, Lord willing, I will see you next time. Bye-bye for now. Make sure to check out the extra content on our Patreon page, and thanks to our current patrons.
This ain't what you want, bitch, I'm a fucking phenomenon.